Time now to take a look at the international press with Elitsa Gadava. And Elitsa, you're going to start in Bulgaria, where mass protests have erupted.
That's right, Eve. It's actually been going on for a couple of days now, but Monday evening saw the biggest protests across the country, reports here Deutsche Welle. And people are protesting against the 2026 budget and the widespread corruption across the country. And protesters also called the government to step down. There's a picture here of all the protesters in front of the National Assembly, and Bulgaria hasn't seen mass demonstrations like this in many years. According to the Bulgarian news agency, around 50,000 people demonstrated, but according to the protesters, the media is trying to minimize the numbers and is also unfairly blaming the protesters for the unrest on the streets. Here we can see that the Bulgarian national TV also reported on the protests, but mostly chose pictures of the unrest. And protesters are saying that media is choosing pictures like this ones, and this is an unfair representation of what's actually happening on the ground.
But once again, it's a youth-led protest.
That's right. The Times actually calls it a GenZ movement. And there's a lot of information that's given and circulated online. For example, how to safely protest. And also younger people are trying to broadcast and show what they claim is the reality on the ground, because they feel like mainstream media is not fairly representing that reality. So there's a cartoon that has been circulating on social media. You can see here those in power represented as the puppet masters of the journalists, the people who are causing the unrest, and the police. And the Bulgarian daily Dnevnik here reported that after the huge demonstrations, the government has decided to withdraw the proposed budget and is going to work on another one. But the ruling coalition, however, will not step down, even though both the opposition and the protesters are calling for that. And Gen Zs are now saying that more and bigger protests are coming.
Okay, one to keep an eye on. Well, moving across to the United States, where President Donald Trump has once again lashed out at immigrants in the country.
That's right. The Washington Post here says that he used dehumanizing language, calling Somalis garbage. Trump also said that he doesn't want them in our country and accused Somalis of, quote, having ripped off Minnesota. And the attacks come after reports of extensive fraud in Minnesota's social service system, where dozens of Somalis are accused of stealing millions in funds over the past years. The Guardian says that Trump's attacks are a xenophobic rant, and reported that the president is ramping up the deportation efforts in the United States. And CBC News here reported that right after Trump's verbal attacks, his administration decided to pause all immigration applications from 19 non-European countries, including Afghanistan and Somalia.
Okay. Also in the United States, Elitsa, you've picked up on an article about a US singer condemning the Trump administration after the White House used one of her songs in their videos.
That's right. It's pop star Sabrina Carpenter. She may be the man's best friend, that's the title of her album, but not Donald Trump's, reports Politico. So let's take a look at the video she responded to. So this was published by the White House account on X, formerly Twitter, and it shows Trump's crackdown on immigration. So Sabrina Carpenter called it evil and disgusting and asked the White House to not ever involve her or her music in their, quote, inhumane agenda.
Okay, finally, let's see, you've picked up on some news about animals to finish.
That's right. Starting with the New York Times here, that says that our chubby animals like cats and dogs may benefit from a new weight loss drug. It's something like Ozempic, and the Times says that drugs like Ozempic have taken the world by storm. And in the US, 1 in 8 adults have tried the drug, and now our chubby cats can try it as well. But instead of injections, microchips will be placed under the skin, and there the drug will release itself slowly for around 6 months, which will allow the cat to lose some weight. And many veterinarians see the drugs as the next big thing. But I actually want to draw your attention to this article that asks, why do cats meow more at men? And actually researchers found out that they do that because men simply don't listen. So cats,
intelligent animals.
Intelligent. So cats, just like us, had to learn to raise their voices and ask for attention and food and some care.
Okay.